I was talking about the Joby. I think I'm saying it, Joby Gorillapod. This guy right here. This was actually one of my first go-to like stands when I got this this Canon Mark G7 X. Um, and what's nice about it, it has a little nub on the bottom. I don't know the technical term for that, but that basically fits into any slot like that. And you can literally just take and screw this on. It'll take me a second to get this on, but we should be able to screw this on. Do 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 do. Actually, now I remember right, I have a little protective piece on here, so let me take this off. So it needs that little nub needs every little part you can get, so it's something to kind of note. If you have I have a real basic little protective casing, you'll want to remove that specifically with like this G7, and then you twist it on. There we go. And we put it on. And there we go. Now this thing, now you have three, everything pivots and moves depending on what you want to do with it. So I use this pretty commonly when I wanted like a longer vlogging setup, so I can kind of have this away out of the way. You can kind of push that back out that way. You could wrap, so you can also, what I've done in the past for like time lapses, you can wrap this around something and have it stay put, or you can wrap multiple parts around, or you could just basically kind of smoosh them down and flatten it to kind of get it so you can kind of adjust everything you need to kind of make that fit. I've had this guy for probably 8, 9 years, and it's stuck around with me. So it takes a little getting used to kind of get used to how these arms sit and run. But once you got them going, you can basically frame your shot any way you want. Also gives you a lot of like flexibility as far as like how to maneuver things and how you adjust things. And then if you want to, you just back up. You have a nice thick arm, like 3-prong arm, or 2-prong if you're looking to get more steady, like a close shot, or just you want to have it sit up somewhere and you want to have it hook somewhere and hook up on something, so if I can kind of shoot down. That's kind of how I get some of my like overhead shots. I'll have this hook onto something and have it kind of be stable. We get some overhead shots if we're doing like some unboxings or things like that. So yeah. Anyway, I'm a big fan of this. I still keep it in my arsenal. I've brought this across country with me as I move, so it's definitely something worth to look into if this fits kind of your style and the way you're looking at shooting your videos or taking your photos.